Hey guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. We're on day 3 of our glue journal that we're working on here. Today we're going to talk about the cover. So I hope everybody got their pages all put together and you got trimmed and inked, whatever you wanted to do to those pages. If you haven't done the rest of that stuff, put this on pause and go and ink whatever you're going to ink. I'm not inking anything else. I only ink the edges of my lined papers. So today we're talking about the cover. And now for the cover, there's, a lot of different things you can use for a cover. I actually recommend some kind of cardboard for this because this is completely different than a sewn journal cover. So I used my lighter cardstock. I'm not even sure what this one was. I don't know what the stuff means. My heavier stuff is a 50. I believe these were maybe 30, 20 or 30. Now you can also use cracker boxes, cereal boxes, any of that kind of cardboard, but it should be some type of cardboard for the covers, just to give it a little bit of security, because as you know, these are not going to go completely around your journal, and I'll explain that in a moment. So I went with 9 by 5 3/4 is what I went by on the sides of this, because this is going to line up right on the edge of your spine that's already formed from your pages. So I'm going to have a good amount of space here for my pages to be within the inside of that, and then the top is going to be like, I don't know, is that a 1/4 inch? So this top portion is going to be the same as when I make a sewn-in journal. It's going to be 9 high. So I just changed this to 5 3/4. That's important because if you do it at 6, you're going to have a little bit more overhang, and you don't want too much on your journal. I've made that mistake on a couple of these glue journals. I have sold a couple, and I have another one for sale, and this one will be for sale as well. So when I get this one finished, or I might keep it. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll decide by the time I get it done. So talking about a cover, we're not going to attach that just yet. Unless you're not going to do anything, then you can probably skip this tutorial. So I think what I'm going to do with mine is I am going to paint mine and then attach that paper. What did I do with that I was going to use for my cover? Let me see. Okay, we got it right here. I'm either going to paint it and then put this on, or I'm going to use another piece of this paper and put it on first and then cut this one down smaller. What do I want to do? I know the paint would make this more sturdy. I know that. But so will the glue with the papers on it. I think for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to just do the paper because it'll make the tutorial a little bit easier. So let me get my pad of paper again and see what we have left in here that we might want to use for that cover. Obviously that won't work. Now I got a polka dot one. Got the black Halloween. There's no point in that because you can't read it, but I think I'm going to do that one. We got the boo. It's foiled, but do I really want it to be foiled also? I don't know. It does look kind of cool. I kind of like that. Well, let's look and see what else we've got. We got the pumpkins. I don't like the pumpkin. I don't like that one. We've got the owls. And again, well, the cats are at the top. The owls are... I don't really like that either. There's the black pumpkins. That one's not bad. I don't like making these decisions, you guys. It's so hard for me. And that's it. But I think I want to go with this one. I think it looks the best. You can kind of see, well, I can make that boo show at the top. I don't think I can really go over that far on the cover. That would be way off. So we can probably, we can do the boo at the top and then a boo at the bottom. And then maybe just the skulls on this side. Can you guys even see that? So I think that's how I'll do it. And I like the gold and the gold, so I kind of like that one. And then plus, you know, I'll probably put decorations on top of the cover as well. If I have decorations to put on there, we'll see. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do. You guys decide what you're going to do for yours. Oh, if there would have been another one of those, I think that one would have been cool, but I used the only one there was inside the journal. That one would have been cool too, probably. That one might. Ooh, I don't know, you guys. I really like this, and I wouldn't have to worry about boo showing. I kind of like that. I don't know. I really do kind of like that. We can even come down as far as the stars go. That part of the stars. I might have to change it to this. I know it's not as contrasting. This is the part that I don't like, and I have to have this part figured out because this one is more contrasting. Okay, I'm going to stick with this one. Okay, so now that I decided, thank the Lord, because it always takes me so long to do. Sorry, I walked away from the camera, guys. Okay, so now we're going to cut these down to match these. So, I'll be right back with that. Okay, so I've got those cut right now, and I think what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to ink that around the edges on this one. Give it a little more contrast. A little more depth. I really like doing theme journals, you guys. Okay, so there's that. So I didn't go with all of the boo showing. Well, yeah, I did kind of go with all the boo showing. I didn't think I did. Okay, so it's going to look like this on the cover, and then I'm going to do something. I don't know yet what I'm going to do in the corner, but I don't know if I want to glue this first. Oh, and I also have to get my back cover also back cover is going to be just this. So I need to get that cut down too. So let me get that first, and then we'll come back to getting this all glued together. Okay, so here we go. We got the back cover is cut now too. Okay. I think I'm going to just glue this on first. And I think I'll glue that on first. Okay. This is actually, I can't say it's my least favorite thing to do, but I definitely struggle the most with covers. And a lot of times this is not sitting still for me. A lot of times I won't do the cover or complete the cover until the journal is put together and decorated and finished. Then I decide on how I'm doing the cover. It gives me more inspiration, I think, to actually wait. So yeah, I know I have a really hard time with that. So what to do? Oh, there it is. You know, I get the picture in my head of what I want it to look like. Oh, we got to trim that off from the edges. But yeah, I get that image, and I just can't seem to get it down on the actual cover. What do I do with my scissors? Where? Oh, I put them back in the drawer. Okay, now let's trim this carefully. Okay, so before we do that, let's go ahead and put this back one on as well. I should have a glue book here, but I don't usually have to when I'm doing something as big as, and I'm not using glue stick. Glue stick, then I would definitely have a glue book down or a glue page or something. And I've failed miserably too, gluing stuff on straight as well. So a lot of times when I'm doing this, I'll just have my hand here and flip it up, glue, put it down, and then turn it around. Because I can get it on there evenly. And see, this is very forgiving. I was just able to move that up where it was supposed to go. Yeah, and it did strengthen it up a lot. Alright, so there's the back cover. Okay. Front and back. I wonder if that doesn't make a difference, I guess. Okay. So now for this, we are going to get that glued on. Yes, I like it. I can actually even put like a trim on there if I want to. So I think I'm just going to stick with this glue. Didn't even think about you guys being able to see me gluing. Probably off camera half the time. I don't think about that stuff right away. It's usually way later. Okay. Let's put this. So I got the words and stuff to help me line this one up. And the exclamation points on that side. And that looks pretty good. Okay. And there's the front cover. Now, we're at the point where I have no idea what I'm going to add to this. So I think what I'm going to do, don't worry about this part because that's going to be glued onto here, but there are going to be edges, so we got to figure out what to do with these edges so that that's not going to show, because it'll be on here like this. So if we open this first page, so this is going to be, oh, we're upside down. This is going to be like your end pages of your cover. So we're going to have about equal amounts of space on all sides that are going to need something on the edge. So that's what I got to think about now. And that I still don't have all that paper trimmed off of there. Please work with me, would you? Did we get you all cutting up? There's some right there too. The reason I don't do it very well is because I'm afraid I'm going to cut my cardboard. Okay. So, what to do over here? Now, I could paint this. I could paint it black, or I could paint it, there's some more I didn't get, or I could paint it orange. And that might be what I do, you guys. I might just, I gotta stop fussing with that. Decided on orange paint, and I ended up doing like 3 coats on there. I didn't bother with the inside because that's going to be flat on our journal here. So a little bit of orange got on the edges. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe ink those edges up a little bit. See if we can dull down. I mean, I even considered splattering orange paint to give a little bit more, but I decided against that. So we're just going to ink over some of these spots where this orange paint is. Oh yeah, that does the job really well. Because I'm not crazy about it being on the edges. I was trying to get the edges painted also. I should have painted it before I even put any of this on there. But that's me. I don't know what I want for my cover, so I just go gung-ho and then decide, oh, that probably wasn't a very good idea. So I also trimmed a little bit more off so it's a little more even from top and bottom. It looks kind of uneven with the boo. So yeah, so I trimmed a little bit more. I still have plenty of space top and bottom for the pages to stay contained inside of the cover. Yeah, this black does well covering up whatever got on the cover of the orange paint. And that makes me super happy. So, note to self, next time you do that, make sure you don't decorate first. Just paint the cardstock first. And then all will be good. So, the next thing we want to do now is stick these onto our glue journals. So you're going to leave it just like this, and you're going to position it how you want it on there. So don't glue this, don't glue the cover, glue the first page and glue the last page. And that way you won't get glue on your edges and it's hanging off and what have you. So we're going to glue this, and we're going to glue this, and then we're going to stick these on. And you got to be very careful getting these glued on to your paper. So, all right, let's get the glue and let's get her done. Don't get too close to the edge because we don't want it seeping out into your second page. And also, you know, I wanted to make mention that before you do this process is when you, like I already said, that you can trim pages and ink pages and all that stuff. Let's make sure we're at the front of the book. Okay, we are. But make sure you do that before you get to the cover part, because it's going to make it a little more difficult. Now what you're going to do is you're going to line this edge with this edge. You don't want it hanging off the back. You only have that on the top, bottom, and this right side. So, line it up to the edge as close as you can get to that edge. And make sure I've got it pretty even on the top and the bottom. Okay, so just make sure that gets on there. I think that looks pretty good. I don't know if I want to try and do this with that other top piece on there. Okay, we can flip it this way. Now if you're going to do it like this, hold this up. And see, now you've got orange edges instead of the cardboard. Okay, that's glued down really well. Okay, so there's our front cover. Now for the back cover. We're going to glue again, and you're going to want to make sure you got your back cover going the right way if there's a designated. Mine, there is a designated because the boos go upwards. So I got to make sure I get that on there correctly. Be liberal with your glue, guys, so that this is going to stick. Okay, let me see where we're at. Okay, that's upwards. So this needs to go like this. Okay, you're going to do the same thing. Try and keep it as straight as possible. And make sure your covers line up top and bottom as well. I think that's pretty good. Let's look this way. Okay. All right. I think we got that. That makes a really nice end page, I think. And there we go, guys. We have a Halloween journal. Tomorrow we will be covering spine. Are you leaving it like that? Are you covering it? And then closure. So if you're going to do some kind of a closure, if I wanted to do the kind where it's, you can do them where the straps are glued in here and they come out. I'm not that crazy about those with a glue journal because, I mean, it's just glued on there, you know what I mean? So I didn't like that idea for this one. So we'll figure out next what we're going to do for closure and what we're going to do on our spine. So if you guys have any questions so far, let me know in the comments below and I will do my best to answer all your guys' questions. Yeah, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys get off this video, go get your covers made, get them on here, and, you know, say, hey, here's what I created, and let me know what your journal looks like and what you created. Yeah, so thanks guys so much for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.